In this video, I'm going to compare a very popular microphone, the Technica AT2020, with a lesser-known microphone from SE Electronics. Now, the question is, can this mic go up against the AT2020, which is found in thousands of home studios all around the world? Hey, it's Matt Haynes, and I've owned an Technica AT2020 for a while now, and it's okay. I mean, it's definitely not a high-end mic. It's a budget mic, but it gets the job done. I read one online review of the AT2020, and the reviewer said, quote, "It's a microphone that's destined to sit at the back of your mic closet," which I think that's a little harsh. I mean, this mic is a really popular microphone, and it's popular because of its price point. It's under $100, and it's a reasonable condenser microphone. You can record vocals with it, but you can record other things like, guitar cabinets, drum overheads, things like that. And you can find this microphone in the studios of podcasters, streamers, and home recordists all over the place. Recently, SE Electronics loaned me an SE2200 microphone, large condenser microphone, wonderful microphone. And in the box, they also threw in this guy right here. This is the X1A. I noticed the X1A was priced at about the same as the AT2020, under $100. And I thought, hey, that's interesting. They're obviously aimed at the same market. So can the X1A go up against the 2020? That's what I want to find out. Now, I'm going to test the X1A for you, but I'm also going to compare it to the 2020. The question is, does the X1A provide more value for money than the 2020? We got to find out. Right away, I notice a functionality difference. The 2020, it has no switches on it whatsoever. The sound you get is the sound you get. Whereas the X1A, it's got two switches. It's got a 20 dB pad. In case you got a really loud sound source, you can knock it back 20 dB. And it's also got a high pass filter, so you can roll off the low end at 100 hertz, and that's really handy. So let's compare the sound of these two microphones, because sound is the most important thing with a microphone. Both of these microphones are running through a 2-channel Focusrite Scarlett preamp, and I've got them balanced so that they're about the same level, and I'm just going to play the same recording through both microphones so you can compare. So let's compare the sound of these two microphones, because sound is the most important thing with a microphone. Both of these microphones are running through a 2-channel Focusrite Scarlett preamp, and I've got them balanced so that they're about the same level, and I'm just going to play the same recording through both microphones so you can compare. Okay, now I'm going to do a plosive test, and condenser microphones are really sensitive to plosives, which is why you usually use a pop filter with them. So I'm expecting them both to respond kind of negatively to plosives. Now, up until now, I've been speaking sort of through this gap between the two microphones. They're a little bit off axis, so they're not getting the full brunt of my plosive sounds, but now I'm going to go directly onto each microphone. Okay, so this is the AT2020. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Okay, now this is the X1A. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. So from that test, what I've noticed is that the X1A seems to have a richer, beefier low end, and also it doesn't respond to plosives very much. It's not picking them up like the AT2020. That seems counterintuitive. A richer low end and fewer plosive sounds? Well, the reason is, it turns out the X1A has a built-in pop filter. Having an internal pop filter is really convenient, and it has some serious implications for streamers and podcasters and anyone who's on camera, because you don't have to worry about having an external pop filter necessarily. And external pop filters tend to be these big circles, and if you're on camera, that big circle is in front of your face. So that's pretty significant. If we take a look at the frequency response charts for both of these microphones, the sound differences become even more clear. The X1A is pretty flat all the way down to about 50 hertz, and then it starts rolling off gently. Meanwhile, the AT2020, it's rolling off at a lot higher frequency, about 100 hertz, and then it rolls off, and then it's got this weird little lump back at 50 hertz, which is a really strange frequency response. The fact that the AT2020 is rolling off at 100 hertz probably accounts for the fact that it sounds a little bit thinner than the X1A. The X1A and the AT2020 both have a little bit of a boost in the high end, and we're talking like 10K or around there. It's pretty minor, about 2 dB or something like that. And also, I think these graphs have been kind of smoothed differently, so one looks lumpy, one doesn't. So you really can't tell too much detail, you just have to use your ears. In terms of accessories, these microphones don't come with a whole lot. They both come with a microphone clip so that you can attach it to a stand. The X1A's clip It just snaps around the sleeve, around the XLR sleeve right here, and so it doesn't lock in. It feels pretty secure, but it's probably less secure than the AT2020 because the AT2020 actually has a ring that you tighten with your thumb, and so it's locked into place. It's not going to come out of this clip. Both of these clips allow you to adjust the microphone angle. The AT2020 has an infinitely variable one where you tighten it with a thumb screw, and so it's locked into place. The X1A, there's nothing to lock it into place, and you can't fine-tune it quite as much. I don't think it's going to move on you, but it's possibly less secure than the AT2020. Neither one of these microphones comes with a pop filter. Now with the X1A, you're less likely to need a pop filter just for plosives. However, with any condenser microphone, over the long term, you probably want to use a pop filter just to keep the spit and the gunk getting into your diaphragm, your capsule inside, and it'll just make your microphones last longer. Now with the AT2020, you need a pop filter if you're recording vocals because it just gets crushed with those plosives. If we look at the rest of the specs on these microphones, the X1A has lower self-noise, it's got a higher dynamic range, and it's also slightly more sensitive than the AT2020. So basically, in all the numbers that matter, the X1A is killing the AT2020. Now, the AT2020 can handle louder sounds than the X1A, well, until you turn that pad switch on, and then the X1A beats the AT2020 again. So while the AT2020 scores some points in the accessories department, the X1A is winning where it counts. The sound quality's better, it's built to better specifications, and it responds less to plosive noises because of that internal pop filter, all for the same price. So this presents me with a problem. Now that I've had a chance to use the X1A, I don't want to go back to the AT2020. So I've got to first of all figure out, can I convince SE Electronics to let me keep this because it's only on loan? And what am I going to do with the AT2020? I've heard about a conversion kit that you can actually upgrade all the internal electronics and turn it into a different microphone. Maybe I'll look into that. If you've had your home studio or your streaming palace up and running for a while, you might actually be looking to upgrade your microphone even more. If that's the case, you might be interested in a microphone I just recently reviewed, also from SE Electronics. It's the SE2200. It is a large diaphragm microphone. It is a fabulous sounding microphone, and you can check it out right there.